Now let's look at the Gaussian area function. Now the Gaussian area differs from Gaussian height function only the way the parameter c appears. Now the parameter c appears both in the denominator in the exponential, and it also comes as a multiplicative factor. There will be only two parameters, that is b and c. So the role of b is exactly identical, and the role of c, let us see what happens. Now let me increase this parameter c. I'm increasing the parameter of c, so we can see the width is decreasing. And we can see almost it doesn't look like a Gaussian. So let's go for smaller values of c. I'll continuously decrease the value of c and let us appreciate what happens. The value of c is decreasing, that is the width is decreasing, but most interestingly we can see as the width decreases, the height increases. So that is the only difference with respect to the Gaussian height function. So let us look at this in a comparison mode. Presently at 0.60, let us increase the parameter c. The width has increased, the height has decreased. Still more, further down, and we can go further up. So now let us look at the importance of the parameters with respect to the function. So let's generate some convenient Gaussian function. So we have something like this, b is equal to 2 and c is equal to 0.49. Now in this visualization, we can see three parameters which are marked. One is this. This width is same as what we defined for Gaussian height. So this happens to be 0.70, the width of the Gaussian which we have defined till now. Now there's another width which is also used in textbooks and some areas of application, that is full width at half maxima. It refers to the width of the function when the value of the function becomes half of its maximum value. For example, here the maximum value is 0.8, so half is 0.4. So 0.4 somewhere here, somewhere here. So this is full width at half maxima, and full width half maxima for this function, full width half maxima for this function is 1.17, whereas the 1 by e width is 0.70. Now also we see something which is a shaded region. So this is known as 1 sigma region. So this is the area covered in 1 sigma. That is area covered under this graph from center of the function to 1 sigma on the right and 1 sigma on the left. So it covers an area of about 68%. Now this is what full width half maximum means. At what value of x, since there are two values, x plus minus, y max by 2, and we can derive and show that the value from the center is root of 2ln2 times sigma, and the full width half maximum will become twice of root of 2ln2 sigma. That is c. Sigma stands for c in this equation. So to summarize, we have seen the Gaussian function. Particularly the width is important, the 1 by e width. So definition is at what value of x, the function of value becomes 1 by e of the maximum value. So it happens at root 2 sigma, that is root 2 of C, the parameter C which we have used, C and sigma are same. And the full width with respect to this will be about 2.82 sigma. Full width of maxima, the definition is at what value of x, the value of the function becomes y maximum by 2. And this happens to be, the x value happens to be 2 ln 2 root and sigma. And the full width half maxima will be 2.35 times the sigma. Also, we have seen the 1 sigma area. So it 1 sigma to the right and left, the value of the function becomes y max by e square, and it covers an area of about 68%. Gaussian function we encounter in a variety of physics topics, all different from laser physics, Doppler broadening, error analysis, quantum mechanics, pulsed laser, and so on. And it is important to see what this width represents. For example, in a laser beam, the width parameter represents the spot size, or in the Doppler broadening, it represents some velocity distribution. Or if the particle which is moving emits, then the width parameter becomes the line width of the emitted light. And when it comes to error analysis, the width will become the standard deviation. That is what we write after plus minus. And also in some areas, the value of the center. In the simulations, we have used a B here, which is indicated by A here. So for example, in the emission, this value will stand for center wavelength, and in error analysis, it would stand for the mean. Again, you can see I have put two colors, red and blue. So where the red is there, this topic uses Gaussian function just as it is, as a function xy. Whereas the ones which are in blue uses this as a limiting function of a distribution. There's a probability involved, regarding which we will discuss in next video on the Gaussian. So to summarize the functions which we have seen till now, this table summarizes about straight line, cosine, exponential decay, and Gaussian. So thank you for watching this video, and keep watching this series on Gaussian. Also, there are different aspects of Gaussian. In the very next topic, I'll be covering area under the Gaussian, which is mostly used when we talk of a probability. Thank you.